Have you ever felt inspired by British cities, the towering glass skyscrapers of Manchester, or the intricate public transport of London? What if we had the opportunity to build our very own city to match them? I'm talking modern architecture, trains that are always on time, a subway system that transports thousands of people a day. It's a vision that we can dream of, but the question is, can we make it a reality? Let's find out. In this episode, we'll be laying down the foundations of our brand new capital city. Welcome to the greatest county in all of England. Welcome to NebmanShire. You heard that right. The games have begun. Following on from our Olympic Park development, which the government have very kindly funded for the upcoming Olympic Games, there's a slight issue, so we've asked for more money, which is great because they've given it to us, and we need to build a new, nice, modern looking capital city that's worthy of hosting the Olympic Games. Thankfully, we've got quite a few years to wait until the Olympics actually start, so we've got plenty of time to build this city. But it's going to be a bit of a project because I've got some visions that I want. I want proper train lines, I want a proper metro system, buses, modern skyscraper architecture, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is pretty cool. If you've missed the previous two episodes where we built this Olympic Park, then I suggest you go back and watch that because you are missing out, because this is one hell of a build. I really do like it. But the main thing is that once we set up our city, we can get this metro system up and running as well. So we'll see trains and people going in and out of there, which will be fantastic. But yeah, there are loads of little details in here if you missed it. It's James Bond on the old things, Subway adverts, Apple Store down there, loads of different things. So yeah, looking pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to be building our brand new city over on this side of this small river that kind of divides the Olympic Park. My vision is we're going to have a big train station, and then plenty of nice looking modern buildings somewhere around this portion close to the river. And then as we build up, we build down. So I'm going to start off relatively higher with the modern skyscrapers. And then as we move away from the kind of riverside, we'll kind of slow down into some older British suburbs and stuff like that. Very cool. However, I did get a little bit concerned about our small village over here whilst we were away. So I spoke to the local council and said we need a fire station. We need, even if it's a small part-time fire station, let's just keep these people safe. So I've managed to persuade them to build one, which is great. And as you can see, we've just got this little fire station plotted on the high street down here. It's brand new. It's basically just a tin house with, well, 3 fire engines in to cover this sort of area. I've added a yellow box junction out the front and a few different additions, but it's looking pretty good. So this area now has fire coverage. Thank the Lord. These lovely people are safe and sound, which is great. But back to the main city, which is, you probably see it from here actually. If we go sit on, this is probably the hilliest hill next to the village. You can just about see the flicker of that stadium over there. Well, I think, should we get a view from the castle? I wonder if you could see it from the... Oh, you can. Look at that. Wow. So if you come and sit directly on top of this tower over here, you can just about see the outline of the main stadium, even though the game is just flickering like crazy, and I don't know how that's not fixed yet, but that's not the point. But yeah, you can just about see where our capital city is going to be in the distance, and it's going to look fantastic from a distance as well once it's actually built. So that's quite exciting stuff. But let's dive right into it, shall we? So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of this road from around this point here and just destroy that connection, because I want this to kind of be a flat canvas ready for us to do what we want to do. And the main thing I want to start with is a central sort of train station, and then we can run the line for the train station maybe out one end, out the other end, blah 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 blah. But once we've got that, we can build around it, because it's definitely a lot harder for us to build once it's already down. This station is too big for us, for what we're after, unfortunately, but it does look pretty cool. That'd be really nice to have in a city, but it's just too large for us. This is quite a nice big central station, the Netherlands pack, and it doesn't look like something too far away from something you'd find in Britain. So that's a contender. There are plenty of other train stations, like a historical one or this big central one. There are loads of different ones that we can try. I'm undecided on which one we're going to do, so I'm just going to mess around with a few and see what we can pick. There's even these subscribe to ones from the workshop. They all look amazing. So these are the final 3 contenders. This one, the elevated bypass station, would certainly make life easier having the elevation so that we can just run the train line in and out pretty easily without causing too many problems, so we can just not worry about trying to get roads over and under it. But the only thing that I don't like as much is the way that it narrows into, it all comes in on 2 tracks. So if we're going to be running a lot of train lines into here, we're bound to bump into some sort of congestion if we've got multiple lines running in and out. And in reality, there's only, what's that like? I don't know how many platforms, but you know, here's what it is. This one certainly gives the central station sort of vibe. Quite a large building. 3 tracks, which I mean technically we could merge into one. Certainly looks alright. But is it just a little bit too wide, or do we think that's acceptable? I think it might be alright, but then we again have the issue of getting our train tracks over and under everything later down the line. This one, it looks alright. I think I'm actually just going to eliminate this one, to be honest with you. So we're down to 2, and I don't know which one to pick because life is hard. Boo! Right, decision is made. We're having this one, which is good enough for me, and we're going to upgrade the parking to a bus terminal as well, which is good. And we're going to have it around that sort of location here. And the idea will be that we need a decent sized road out the front because it's going to get pretty busy with our buses, etc. And then we're going to have this road essentially somewhat straight, kind of like a nice sort of straight road down to this area, and then round in this kind of corner will be our main business banking district with our taller buildings, etc. Kind of looking over the Olympic Park, just to give that sort of like big city sort of vibe. So that's the kind of plan to begin with. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have a 4-lane divided, and we're just going to hook that up out the front here. Just like that. Hopefully that's not going to encroach too much on this. It shouldn't. Yeah, it looks all right. And all I'm going to do is literally just place this down as a skeleton like that. No worries at all. The only thing that I will say is I wanted this to come straight down. The only problem with that is the fact that that's a small little entrance, so it might go a little bit weird, which I'm not very chuffed about. So I might have to do some messing around with that and see if we could change this road or find an alternative. So I'm going to find an alternative which will actually be pretty much near enough the same thing. However, we're going to try and change this. So we're going to have essentially we're going to have slightly different road setup than we've already got, but that requires us somehow trying to get that slap bang in the middle of here, which is going to be a little bit problematic for us, but we can certainly give it a go. So we want essentially that to come out at 180 so that that maintains a straight sort of road, and you'll see that that kind of merges into one. But don't worry, we're not that thick. We're going to use these little sections here and try and have kind of an alternate exit, entrance, designated slip roads, which we're probably actually going to have to use these for. So let's give that a go, shall we? What I might do actually is just cross a line here. Just like that. So I know where to turn in on each point. No, that's not really doing it. I think best bet will be... Oh, decisions. Roads. You'll know if you watch my videos that I'm not very good with roads. Boo. How'd you like those traffic lights, son? That's absolute carnage if I've ever seen carnage before in my life. So don't worry, we're going to try and fix up these lanes. So we're going to get rid of all the U-turns and all the unsafe turns. And all we want is that going across there, that going across there. You are not going across there. It's the law. And simply, that's going to be a merge left. That's a straight on. That's a straight down. That's a straight this way. Blah, 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 blah. Pretty simple, eh? And then we need to probably have a look at these lanes as well and see what adjustments we need to make to try and make this less weird. But those should be okay, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, that looks much better than it was. We've adjusted the lanes so that they kind of make sense, and we've changed these bits to highways so that we don't get many problems with pavements causing glitchy stuff. But that's alright. It does what it needs. Down, round, up, straight. No dramas at all. And we've removed kind of the dangerous sort of turns as well. And then we can have this road running that way. I mean, potentially we could hook that into there now that I think about it. Oh, should we give it a go? Should we be feeling adventurous? I actually didn't even realise that that was quite well set up until I turned my head. Let's see what happens, shall we? Does it look okay? Oh, it does look okay, actually. Well, isn't that a fine turn of events? But what we do want is... I would quite like this road to also come straight down, or at least curve, because I quite liked from the train station a nice centerpiece towards our main big buildings, potentially. I don't know yet. Or I might even just have this curve round and down here, and then as you join from there, you get a good view of the like main architectural downtown area. I think that might be a good shout, so maybe we'll give that a go. Potentially, we'll think about that option. And I'm undecided on whether we upgrade the avenues here, the central bits with some trees and grass, potentially. It will stop people from parking on them at least. Why are you now deciding that you don't want to play ball with me? Get in there, son. Right. Grow up. Grow up. You, son, are going in there. And there's no dramas. Good. Right, that still looks relatively normal to me. I mean, it does look alright with the avenues, doesn't it? It's not too bad. I might try and see what will happen if we merge, like create another sort of like triangle that curves all the way down to maybe this spear point here. I'll give it a go and see what happens. It probably look rubbish, but we'll try it anyway. Right, let's have a look at the changes that we've done then. So starting off with our train station, we've just done some adjustments here and there to make it look a little bit more full of life. So obviously we've got the subway, we've extended a lot of surfaces, we've got this unique looking park which actually spins if you look at it for long enough, which is really, really cool. What are you called? You're called the Dark Matter Park off PDX Mods. That's really cool actually. It's quite a nice addition to have outside a train station like this. We've added a few benches out the front. Around this side we've got a little kiosk with some tables and chairs. Some hedged off pathways for ease of access to the train station. And then just extended out a few services out that end as well, which looks alright. Filled in those gaps with grass and what you call it, you know what I mean, bushes. Train line wise, train line goes here. There's a huge train junction here which connects it to the main lines over on this neck of the woods, and then the external line over there, and then this way connects up to this main line that actually goes all the way out. Just a few connections there. Road wise, we've just added some temporary highway connections. So down here we've just created like a small dumbbell which links in with the highway there. We'll do something better than that for our highway entrance at some point. We just need cars to be able to come in for the time being. Same over here, we've just got this bridge goes over the M42, that is, connects into this bottom of this interchange here. And then this main road drops down into a big central roundabout, drops over the bridge into the Olympic Park, as you can see. And there's another road that drops down towards the river line, which we've keyed out as well, and then added this small sort of coastal road. So we've made a bit of progress in the right direction, but we need to actually place some buildings, which I think we'll probably do that soon. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll place down our main buildings, which I want to be down here. So the skyscrapers, they're not going to be mega tall, but some taller skyscrapers, nice modern take, inspired by the new skyscrapers going up in Manchester and the new ones being built in London. That sort of stuff that are not mega tall, but they look the part. You can tell that they're skyscrapers. So that's the vibe that we want to go. And once we do that, we can start building outwards and filling in the space, making this a little bit more alive by the train station, stuff like that. So fingers crossed, should be all right. Okay, so the first skyscraper we're using is one from the, I can't remember what the pack was called now, but we're going to have this kind of as somewhat of a centerpiece to this roundabout. We're just going to have it nice and visible from the train station because it's quite a nice looking building. It's rather unique as well, and it gives you kind of a bit of a perspective where you can look kind of straight through. So I might try and line that plaza up. I'm even tempted to spin it around and have the road facing the other way and then just pulling the plaza out the other side. So let's say, for example, like this. That means its road connection will be this side, I believe. And that means we can pull this out and have a bit of a plaza, I think. I think, indeed. I'm just going to try this and just see if I am correct or not. I think that's right. I mean, that road connection is actually for something else. Frankfort Court, and this is not Frankfort Court because I can see I've placed loads of buildings down over there. So yeah, let's give that a go and see what happens. Right, to me that seems relatively well lined up, but I do think we could probably make it a little bit closer so we've got less problems when we're trying to detail it as such. So something like that, that brings it a little bit closer. The road connection is still there. Is there any upgrades on this? No, which is fine by me. And then we need to kind of work on creating this as a very nice sort of plaza. So what we'll do is I think we'll drag out, well, that's it, isn't it? So we kind of want to drag this out as well. Like that, because it kind of acts as a bit of a footpath. So if we drag that one out kind of like that, and then I think we can probably link those up. Let's just see what it looks like when we pull these surfaces out. I mean, it does kind of work, but it also kind of doesn't. You know what I mean? It's almost like we want to bring this pathway out like that. Maybe we should give that a little go. Let's try that. Let's bring this one out to the same sort of length, but we still want it somewhat curved. if we can. Because I think then that looks a little bit more like that's meant to be a pathway, I think. Or does it just look weird? You tell me, I'm not the guy that builds cities. Grow up. But anyway, we want to bring this all the way out, for sure. Like that. Yeah, I think. Kind of struggling to get my bearings here a little bit, not gonna lie. And then we want to bring this one all the way out to about here. That can probably come out to the road as well. And then we want to create that like that and somehow link it up so it looks like a pathway. Just needs to be brought down ever so slightly more to about there. And then this one needs to come down to about there. I mean, it's better than it was, wasn't it? But I might actually do that instead, and then we could probably grassify a bit of this to make it look a little bit nicer potentially, but we might also benefit from pulling this down a little bit so it looks less weird. Something like that, because it looks very narrow down here. So maybe if we do that, have that jankety sort of path the whole way around there. I mean, that kind of works. And I think potentially if we consider extending this pathway out, kind of like this. Kind of like this. I'm kind of undecided. Have we got a counter on for how many times I said kinda? I'm undecided on whether we have that just straight down and then the rest green, or we could even just concrete all of this out and have like a big plaza area. Let's bring it back. How long until I break this, by the way? Not long, if I do say so myself. Now this is the problem of trying to straighten it all back up. Something like that. Bring it all back together. Ish. Still very ish. I don't know yet. I'm going to decide once I've messed around with it. Okay, slightly different to what I originally planned, but nevertheless, it's alright. It fits. Decorated, plenty of good grass stuff. Plants, trees and all that good stuff. A couple of sculptures in there. Plenty of places to sit. All of these pathways, I've put invisible paths down so people will actually use them, which is good. But yeah, nothing too wild. It's just to have that nice building kind of right on the central part, and the fact that you can see all the way through it as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're happy with that. But onwards and upwards. This is a one-way street, by the way. Come in here, drop in there, so it's not going to cause too many problems, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I'm having some major difficulties trying to figure out where I want all of these buildings, and it's starting to annoy me a little bit because, wow, look at all these people using the pedestrian street. Die. Essentially, I want to use this building, but the bottom of it just doesn't, I just don't like the way that it connects. So my plan is to try and cover the fact that it's ugly at the bottom section by placing something that's going to be able to essentially cover off the bottom section. So I'm trying to think whether I can connect this like that. That then still keeps the effect of you can go all the way through, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Have that through there. We'll move this one out of the way. And we'll try and hook this back up here if we can. Or we're going to have to take it as an actual road, potentially. I think we're probably going to need to do it as an actual road. Which it's not going to like, but we'll do it. So bring that as an actual road straight down. Potentially we can pedestrianise it from there. I mean, we can, but is there any point is the question. Or do we just leave this space open and have something nice at the end of that is the other alternative. Oh, it's so hard to make decisions, isn't it? So let's see, if we were to put this back here. From this angle, it covers off a decent amount of it. So we basically just need to bring something in there that would potentially cover off that bit. But that doesn't solve anything from this kind of part of it, really. What could we fit in there? I mean, not much, if we're being completely honest. We could put that here, but I feel like we're just cramping everything to try and hide what we're doing rather than enjoying the building that we're doing. Yeah, no. Look at all that traffic of all these people moving in. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to do about this. Don't know what to do. I'm at one of those moments where you kind of get stumped at a dead end and you're kind of lost with what to do, which is sad times. I'm going to change that back to a pedestrian road here and just hook that back up to where we were. I don't know what to do about this building. I like it, but is it worth the hassle of trying to decorate around it to make it fit in is the question. It certainly looks cool, and we could put a few old buildings around it, but it doesn't change the fact that that looks pretty funny. I'm not sure if I can deal with that. Decisions, eh? Decisions, the hard life. Well, if you can't beat them, join them. Well, I say join them, we've just beat them actually. We've decided to go for the building, but we've done it slightly differently. We've basically customized it ourselves, getting rid of the old stuff at the bottom. We've got just the tower, which I've sunken down into the ground, added two different pieces over here to kind of pretend that that's a ground level entrance, and we've got a little fountain in the middle of there, and it kind of plays it off as a building, an actual skyscraper, which is pretty good actually. I'm quite glad that we've managed to do that. So I do like the building, I just didn't like the bottom half for this particular section. It's a fantastic asset, but for what I want to do, I just wanted to change that slightly. And I'd say that's relatively successful, to be honest with you. Good news indeed. So now we need to, we've moved this one, we've displaced the Sky Tower residence, so we need to find somewhere else for him to reside, potentially here. Should we have a little look? Maybe if we had it right on the corner. Come on, son. Get in there. There we go. I think that's alright, to be honest with you. That's not an awful location. It doesn't block too much that we're trying to keep. I might just move this one slightly over. Like that. Not bad. Yeah, that seems okay to me. Any other tall buildings that we want to use? That's 2 tall. We've used that. Basically used all of them that we want to use. We're running low on skyscrapers. Okay, a quick progress update for you. As you can see, we have made some progress and we've kind of finished a certain quadrant here. It looks pretty good, to be fair. It looks alright at the minute. It's nothing too special, but it's certainly looking more like a city centre than it did before. I do really like this central walkway. Looks really good, especially with that clock tower roundabout thing at the end. Looks really, really nice. Have a look at it from this angle. Looks pretty decent. A few imperfections hidden in there now and again, but it's better than it was, certainly. And if we look at it from a bit of a distance, I can imagine that when it finished, it will look quite like a nice city. I've added in a metro station here, preparing for the future. When we hook up our subway line, which is great. That'll hook up to the Olympic Park and the train station and stuff like that. But it's certainly looking better than it was, and we've kind of filled in this little section. We just need to do this corner here, and then we need to work our way out more towards the coast or the river. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. I'm going to fill out this section. I'm not sure what with just yet, and then we'll start focusing down here, and hopefully we can get kind of a nice sort of downtown going, because at the moment it doesn't look too bad actually. And I really do think that when it's finished and we kind of build out the city, it'll look pretty good. And I also don't think it's too overwhelming. I know it's easy to just throw down loads of skyscrapers, but I'm going to try and keep it somewhat British and limit the height, because they're not too tall compared to a lot of assets in the game, and they're not too out there. It just kind of looks pretty bog standard to me. So I'm going to try and finish this gap, and hopefully we'll have something a little bit better. Well, we seem to be quite popular because, as you can probably see in the background by the train station, that is a whole queue of traffic. And that's simply because we've just placed down loads of residential when everyone's moving in. But it's quite a cool view though, must admit. But yeah, the traffic goes far back all the way to the train station, which we haven't even set up yet, which is very impressive. Congratulations. But let's have a little look. So over on this side, we've filled in this corner. On the back end of these buildings, we've got a little bit of advertisement. It's a pretty good place. Look at all of these people coming over here. So if you want a Tesla Model Y and a Vision Pro, then you're certainly going to buy one once you walk over that bridge. So yeah, over in this section, we've got a few buildings, some residential, some commercial. As you can see, some of them are more unique than others, but they all are beautiful in their own right. So yeah, very happy with that kind of section. This bit here was a bit peculiar. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I created a park, because we never have enough parks. And then down at the water's edge in that section, we've just basically got loads of the same sort of style residential flats. These are quite expensive flats to live in. And I think it flows down the high density towards the water relatively nicely, which is always a good sign. But yeah, coming together quite nicely. I do like the look of it. We've still got this big gap to fill, and then we've got to do something with the water's edge and the quays as well. So there's still plenty of work to go, but yeah, we will make it. I'm confident that we will make it, even though it has taken me several hours, but don't tell anybody. Well, we've managed to fill out the rest of the area. I'm not going to lie to you, that was very painful, and there's a lot of reusing of buildings going in there, because after a certain amount of time you kind of run out of assets that you haven't used and want to use. So yeah, we've added a few new buildings and a few recycled buildings, but the skyline, it looks pretty good. It's not too overwhelming given that this is the UK. But it's looking pretty nice, and I'm happy with it. For some reason we've got homeless people living in our park. Why are you doing that? But yeah, it's looking pretty awesome if you ask me. I do like the look of it. Why are you driving? Bugatti owners, am I right? But yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I'm quite happy with the way it looks. I can't wait to hook up the metro system as well. That'll be very cool to see. I'm sure that'll make this area a lot busier than it currently is. Also, on top of that, we haven't really built any other part of the city, so it's going to be a lot busier once we actually start causing some carnage and building outwards. But I mean, for a downtown small little area, it's pretty good. I like the scale of everything. I think they're a reasonable size, which is good. We need to do the kind of coastline-ish. It's not coastline, it's riverside. And we also need to add a few bridge connections as well across here, pedestrian bridges, which will certainly help. I'm also debating whether we do like a big spinaroo lane that kind of runs backwards and down. I'm wondering if that's something that we could consider. Maybe if we just went like... Ooh, nah. Yeah, well, the answer seems to be no. So it looks stupid. So stupid. Get rid of it. Put it in the bin. Get rid of it. There we go. Ah, fudge. We'll forget that ever happened. But meanwhile, whilst I was calming down, I've decided to decorate the quay over here. It's very simple. It's literally just pathways and trees and grass. That's about it. Nothing exciting. But it actually adds a world of difference. Look at it. It looks fantastic. And we've got one pedestrian bridge. What I didn't realise was this was higher than this. So we've had to improvise by having this straight and then a drop down either side. But it does the job. This geezer's using it. Who are you? All right, Andrew. You having a nice walk? Going to watch the Olympics? Yeah, I bet you are. Right. But yeah, all is good. Fantastic. Now, what should we do now? Because I'm in two minds of... Well, I can set up a train route. That's not a problem. To the other places. That is no issue at all. I'm thinking about whether I just want to set up a small subway route, but I don't actually have... whatchamacallit, where the building births the subway carriages, was it? Subway depot, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, I hope you like my description of what that building does. So, yes, I think what I'll do, I'm going to set the trains first, and then we'll move on to how we're feeling, I reckon. It would appear this park is quite popular. It seems that everybody, well, some of them, this dark orb is causing people to float in the squat position, which is very impressive. Hannah Parsons and M. Farah. Are you playing magic tricks? It appears that way. But let's set up a train route to begin with. So let's actually analyse the rail. So obviously it goes from here, goes out there. Okay. Drops in there, or it can drop in there. Do we think that it's wise to have two train connections, one from here to here, one from here to here, or do we think we should just drop it into Kingsmere and all of the people from the village of Elderwick that want to get the train to here can transfer and then come over? Big decisions to be made. How convenient do we want it to be? But also the capacity of this line, I'm not convinced, because it's only a double rail. So it might not be that simple. Let's just do it. All I want to do is do it. Right. So let's go with this platform. It's going to go all the way to Kingsmere through this platform? I mean, no, we're not going to drop it back in. Right, well, that's one route. Like that. And then the second route will be here. All the way in to here. And then that will run back down into there. And then what I might do is I might add one of those. Will you make it? You will make it to Pomeray, or you won't make it there. Oh, you'll make it there, which is interesting. And you'll make it there. Let's send one over to Pomeray. Make it feel a little bit busier. And then let's add... I did complete that route, didn't I? Yeah. Then from this platform, we'll go over to Abergavenny. And then back. Like that. And then we wait to see what happens. Because who really knows what's going to happen? Not me. That's a fact. It appears our city has started the London Marathon without us knowing about it. Look at all these keen runners. Wow, absolutely fantastic. I mean, some of these are definitely walking, which we're not proud about. But there's a few of them that are running pretty quickly, and we're very happy with them, of course. But it does make me think, what am I missing? And I can tell you for free now what I'm missing. Pedestrian overpass. That's the problem. That's probably why they're all going for a very, very, very long run. So we're going to add a couple of pedestrian overpasses, which is not even in this section, of course. It's been a long day, my friends. A long day. Still a long day. There we go. And we're just going to add a few of these and pray that we no longer cause any problems. So, yeah, we're not very good at this today, I must admit. Right, that's one ped overpass. And then we want another one this side. Oh, mate, just give us a break, will you? I want one on this side too. Oh, 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 wobbly, wobbly hands, wobbly hands. Hopefully that will stop people doing the London Marathon. Look at them all. Oh, fantastic, fantastic, of course. They will go on their leisurely run. We should probably do something about this, but I don't want to change it away from a highway, so... yeah. Well, some of them are not even going that way. Where are you going? Let's analyze the situation. They're parking. I knew there was something suspicious. I hate street parking, and I'll tell you one thing for free, son. You lot ain't parking here anymore. I can tell you that much. Get on out of here. Get the train. Save the emissions. Get on the choo-choo train. Good. Right, well, I haven't seen many... oh, there's a train. Send it. Where are you going? Going to medium train station, it says. And there's one person on there. That's very efficient. Good use of our money, I must admit. But anyway, there's clearly an issue here, which is why there are loads of people running up and down the road towards our town. And I think we're going to have a temporary solution and we'll expand it along the way. But for now, we're just going to set up a very short subway route, which goes ding, dong, ding. Literally that simple. 3-stopper, but it will, well, you know, it will work, hopefully. So let's draw this back. Bring it back. Bring it back. And we want a double track. We want that. And we want to grab the end of here. And we want to... Oh, it doesn't like to click into this one, does it? Is that going to even connect? Doesn't look that way. Ah, that's connected. Okay. And then we need to connect this side up with there. So let's grab that end. And we're going to just curve that up gently like that to begin with. Bring it all the way around here. And then we're going to hook that straight into there. And there we have it. Our very own subway route. You know, we could make this a loop. We could go absolutely wild. And have that go in here as well, just for the sake of it. Because we're going to make a proper efficient subway at some point. Oh, I don't like the way that that's doing things. Yeah, we're going to have a proper subway anyway at some point. So this can just be our pretend one. So we'll just link it up anyway. Hopefully. Doesn't want to play ball. There we go. And we'll just have it go woo, woo, like that. Very simple. But it means we've got people moving around, which is the main thing. I'm going to place a random subway yard, just a temporary one, somewhere, just so that we can have the subway working and in use. Potentially we just put it here, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll just put a very small subway yard down, which hopefully we'll find there's a compact subway yard here, which actually will fit pretty much perfectly within this gap. Ish, he says. Or we can just use this. Let's use this. Seems simple enough to me. We'll have that just here. Because all of this is going to change anyway, because it's really ugly. So we'll fix that at a later date. But for the time being, we'll just create a small little road connection for you, so that you can work, and then we'll just drop this bad boy. Ooh. We'll do that. Connect you with that. That's so ugly, but it's just a temporary solution for the time being. We want that to drop enough into there, and we'll just add a nice curved one back into there as well, just so that it runs every way that it's supposed to. And then we'll just, that's connected, it seems. Is that going to go now? Fantastic. Right. Let's start our very first subway exhibition, shall we? Subway line tool. Where are we going to go? Ooh, where do you think? We're going to go from... No. We're going to start here. We're going to go from here into here into here and down into there. And then we're going to go back. But we're going to go on the other side because we are running wild with excitement. There's a reason that I'm excited, and you may or may not know what that is. But I will not tell you what that is until I show you what that is. Subway, blah blah blah. Oh yeah. London Underground. Oh, we can get two different ones. No, we'll just use one. And we'll assign a few vehicles to it so that we can get a good look at them. Oh my, look at that, beautiful. Wow, it's massive, really long. Don't clip that. But yes, that's going to go down, and eventually we should see it pop out here. So let's sit and wait and hope that it pops out from the floor, because if it doesn't, I'll be very sad. But this is the first stop, so in theory it should get here pretty sharpish, I'd like to think. But no promises. Oh, there is. Wait. Whoa. Yes. God, I love it. Isn't it great? What a fantastic idea that was. Now just imagine that when we have a huge city and a huge subway system that goes basically everywhere, that's going to be trains popping out there every 2 seconds, and it's going to be amazing. So that's a positive at least. So we do have people going in and out of Gold Street metro station, which is excellent. So that's clearly being used, which is really, really good. Should we have a look? Autosave, right on time. Should we have a look to see if the sunken railway subway station is getting used? Whoa, you see that? That just disappeared. But look, there's people down there and they're using it, which is amazing. Oh, that's so good to see. I love to see it in action. It's really, really good. Wow, perfect. And then this side as well is also pretty busy. That's spot on. Happy with that. That is a great success indeed. Wow. And the city is looking pretty good. Obviously there's loads and loads to do on it, but for a start that's not too bad. That's a nice looking skyline and a nice sort of central business district, so I'm happy with that. Now let's just soak it in a little bit. This is what we've done today. It's all looking fantastic. I still haven't chosen a name for this main city, so let me know what your suggestions are again in the comments down below. If you want early access to these videos, then you can become a channel member for a small price, which helps me out. It does go a long way, so thank you very much for those that are channel members. But yes, enjoy this cinematic. I really like the city as it's coming along anyway. A nice view of the Ice Flake Arena as we come on down into the main downtown section. And I really like the addition of the clock tower and this kind of central road. And yes, I know it's slightly skew out the back there. I can see that from here, but you don't need to tell anyone. Don't put it in the comments. All right. But yeah, a lot of these buildings, these assets look really good. Look at this for a view. I've had a couple of people ask for some ground level cinematics, so this is for you, my friends. Wow. And imagine how busy this is going to be in the future. Fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.